Well, we don't know exactly, or if any material changes are going to take place, but there seems to be some movement coming from London City Hall, with sources close to City Hall indicating that the mayor is open to looking at new ways to potentially try and mitigate some of the extra costs that will be pushed onto people affected by the ULEZ expansion. Essentially, it means that older, more polluting cars driving right across Greater London in a bigger area will have to pay a daily charge. Crucially, though, what sources are saying is that the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, remains committed to the policy and committed to maintaining the effectiveness of the policy in terms of its impact on air quality and climate change. So what that might mean is looking at things like the scrappage scheme that is already in play to give lower income Londoners money to be able to trade up their car to one that meets the ULEZ requirements so they don't have to pay that daily charge. That was something that the losing Labour candidate in Uxbridge called for, an expansion of that scheme and a pause to the rollout. No indication from the Mayor's office that there'll be any movement on timing, though, or on the substance of all of this. Clearly, he came under criticism from his own party colleague, Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer, yesterday, though. So that is potentially what is motivating some of this movement. Clearly, this is a very London-centric policy and issue. But I think the fallout from what happened in Uxbridge, where Labour basically lost that by-election and failed to take it because of the ULEZ policy, is that it's leading to a bit of soul-searching in both parties about how you most effectively deliver green policy whilst bluntly not losing too many votes. And in the Sunday Telegraph today, Michael Gove, the Levelling Up Secretary, a senior cabinet minister, has suggested that the green agenda, green policies shouldn't be treated as a religious crusade. And he also called for some environmental measures and policies, such as requirements put on landlords, to be relaxed, because he warned that inflexible application of the rules can lead to a backlash. That's come as quite a few Tory backbenchers have called for the government to go even further in stepping back from green policy, with people like Ian Duncan Smith criticising the 2030 ban on new petrol and diesel cars. I think the danger for government, I guess, is learning the wrong lessons from Uxbridge in terms of the polling shows that actually green policy and policy to try and improve the environment and to move towards net zero is pretty popular. The challenge is, of course, how you bring that in at a time when prices are rising across the board and people are struggling with rental payments and mortgage payments, how you bring in policies that allow people to make greener choices without it feeling like they are simply being penalised. But I think many people will point to what is going on in roads and across Europe at the moment as evidence that politicians right across the world really need to figure out how they're going to square that circle.